LAFC came away with a massive 6-1 win against Real Espana in the Concacaf Champions Cup. Big result. You need something big. Sure, it's not a top opponent, but MLS is right next week, so getting a big scoring win against a team in Honduras who are undefeated and are in first place, it's something it was good to have a boost. You need these players scoring. You had a Bouanga with a hat trick. You had pretty much your whole attack scoring. Son with 3 assists, scoring a goal. You had Martinez, who a youngster. People want to see more of him. People want to see, is he going to be the talent for this team? And of course, Tillman bagging in a goal as well. Like I said, whole attack scoring, really important with them. MLS right around the corner. And in the first half, pretty much it was all LAFC. They had full control. They were scoring. They had a penalty in the first minute of the game. They just kept on going. They scored 5 in the first half, and you expected them to maybe rest their players, bench, going to the second half, or gonna sub out a bunch of players. But that wasn't really the case. They didn't make any substitutions during the half or during the break. And for some reason, Rio Espana gave them a little struggle. They got to go in. They were performing a little bit better, and then they, LAFC have been lacking, defense, and that's something they didn't really bring in coming into the season. Like you see last season with the struggles that they had, it was defensively. Attack. We have Bouanga scoring or having 40 GA last season. You have Heung-min Son who came in last season. But defensively, they lacked, and you can see in the second half, there's glimpses of that. So when they go against a top team, Inter Miami or whoever they go against, in MLS or later in the Champions Cup, it could be a Mexican team, whatever. That's something that they're gonna lack on. So they still bring in reinforcements in the back. Something similar with New York Red Bulls. That they don't have is the back line. You got to fix that back line. Defense wins championships, so that's something LAC need to work on. And then that's what Rio Espana showed. They showed they're breaking that, and then they were getting chances after chances. They could have had another goal or two, but this LAFC is worth millions of dollars, and none of these players are even worth $300,000. So the whole stadium is packed, so good for them. Not having the fans there. There's some LAFC fans, which I was pretty surprised about there in Honduras. But you didn't expect to win this match. You didn't want to get a thrashing, and you showed glimpses of good attack from Real Espana. So good for them. You can see here in the Honduras League, the first place, 4 wins, 2 draws, no defeats, undefeated. I don't know anything about the Honduras League really. So you can take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But with MLS just right around the corner, when does it start? The 21st. So literally 4 days. MLS season will be coming underway. Really excited. Red Bulls play. Going to see that on Saturday. And LAFC, they have a top team. For me, they have a great attack, like I said earlier. But defensively, they got to work on that. You saw Inter Miami bring in reinforcements, bringing in a new striker, spending millions, and then you have LAFC who didn't really do much. Yes, you brought in the player from Porto on loan, but besides that, defensively, you always gotta bring in. His rating's pretty low. I think he had a pretty decent game there. I can't say his name, Stefan Istkio, but yeah, important win for LAFC going to the champions or first round there. Another MLS team that played today, Nashville, also getting a win. You can see here from the bracket, San Diego's going against Toluca. Monterrey is going against Cruz Azul. You have Inter Miami, who's going to verse the winner between Nashville, and they're already 2-0 up, so it's most likely going to be Nashville against Miami. You have America that's going to go against Defense Force. Not sure where their league they're from, or Philadelphia Union, which is probably the game that's going to happen. And Cincinnati could go against Tigres. I'm just going to say the MLS teams because, And then Vancouver going against Seattle. One thing I don't like is a lot of these teams are going against each other really early. A few years ago during, the Champions Cup. Pretty sure it's, originally it was called the Concacaf Champions League. But I don't know. I think these top teams are facing each other really early. By the semis, you could see a San Diego. Most of the top teams are going to be out. You can see in the semis, Inter Miami. You're going to see the likes of Seattle could be out, or Tigres, or America. A lot of teams are going to be out really early on, which is you don't really want to see. But hey, one thing I just want to see an MLS team win it. Besides Miami, obviously, but you know, having what team would I want to win? Just Vancouver, maybe Philadelphia. I'll take Philadelphia winning it, or San Diego, uh, or LA Galaxy, or LAFC, one of those teams. LAFC, LA Galaxy, San Diego, or Cincinnati. I'll take winning it. I want it, but it's probably going to be Inter Miami. Depends. We'll see who they go against in March. It could probably Nashville, so we'll see what Surge can do against them. But yeah, like I said, important win. Huge result. They can probably rest their players down when they play in the States. Not too much because you can see what they can actually bring in. But important win.